Welcome to Roll and Relax. I am Claudia Mühlenweg. I am the creator of the Naturally Clear Vision Method. I'm a Bates teacher, a yoga tune-up teacher, and a role model method practitioner. And that's what we will be using today. We will be working on our upper arms and the latissimus. So the deltoids, the triceps here, I will show you the muscle cards in a second. And we need, you need small yoga tune-up balls. You can also use the plus balls, slightly bigger, or you can also use the alpha balls. So maybe if you have all balls, maybe check out what works best for you. So I had some interesting comments the other day about, oh, I'm so sore and this is so painful. And I have to say that I've been using these balls for 5 years and I'm pretty much using them every day. So for me, I'm a little bit more aggressive when it comes to the balls because my tissues, there's tension always, right? There's always some tension somewhere, right? But it's not as bad as when I got started 5 years ago. A lot of the things I do now without any problems were really painful for me. So think of like really being like, err on the side of being too cautious and being too gentle versus too like aggressive. So just make sure that you listen to your own body and you just don't do, because I can do some things that might not work for you. And I always give modifications and I always say how to reduce the intensity. And one way, just really quickly, one way to reduce the intensity is use bigger balls, use, instead of, let's say, use one, you can use two, use this one, go to the wall, the stuff today we're working at the wall, but you can always like make it less intense by going from the floor to the wall, using older balls. So there's lots of ways to make it less intense, using less pressure, less body weight. All right, so let's get going. So just wanted to show you, so these are the bones. Obviously we're not working on the bones, but I love these illustrations. So this is the back of your shoulder blade here, that's the spine. And that's the humerus, that's the big bone, the big arm bone, it's the humerus, and that's the front view. So I always thought that was cool to show that. Let me see, the light is. And then the muscles we will be working on. So the deltoid, see this is that nice muscle that we all want, that kind of nice shape here. That's the deltoid. So that's one that we work on. And then we will work on the triceps. So that's the back of the arm. That's, here, the triceps. That's the one that we want as women, so we avoid the hanging arms. And then the biceps, they call technically triceps brachii and biceps brachii. So we will touch the biceps just a little bit as we rotate, but the main focus will be more on the triceps. And then this is the latissimus dorsi. This is this big muscle that we will be working on at the end. So I hope we have time for the latissimus. All right, let's get started. So let me adjust this. So I will be placing, so we do the deltoid, and basically I have my little blood sugar sensor, so I have to be a little careful, but it's really that upper area. The deltoid doesn't go all the way down here. It's really more that upper area. So you place the ball against the wall, and then you step away from the wall as much as you want. Again, this is up to you. And then the first thing we do will just be moving up and down. So I'm bending and straightening my legs, and the balls will travel up and down. So for me, I don't feel that much for this one, but we will do more, no worries. Maybe you already feel something. Make sure you breathe. I have to remind myself sometimes, especially when I'm talking. So just going up and down, just being, I feel a little bit in the upper part. But yeah, going closer to the wall will reduce the pressure. Walking further away will make it more intense. And then the next move is, so the way the deltoid does abduction, right? So this is what the deltoid is doing. So now press the back of your hand into the wall as if you're trying to move that arm away. And obviously the wall will stop it, but you activate it, you press, and release. So contract that deltoid by pressing that other, not this hand obviously, but press it into the wall as if you're trying to make a hole into the wall, and then release. So press, squeeze that deltoid, and then release. I hope you get what I mean. Like I'm really squeezing my hand. Maybe I need to lower this a little bit. Here we go. I'm squeezing my hand into the wall as if I'm trying to push through, and then let go. One more time. Squeeze and let go. And for the next move, we will be kind of, either you rotate the shoulder, or you can rotate, what I like to do, rotate my whole body. So I'm kind of moving from, so you're moving from the anterior part, the front part, to the back part of the deltoid. So, and it's always interesting. For me, it's definitely more intense in the front part. So I feel more when I lean into the ball, I feel more here than in the back. Maybe that's different for you. So you lean more, oh yeah, now I feel something. It always starts off like, oh, it's all good, and then you get more intense. So rotating your body. You can always stay in an area that where you feel some, what I call good pain. So if you think of a scale from 1 to 10, you never want to go above a 7. I think ideal is more like a 5 or 6 in terms of intensity. And you can even, if you find that spot that, for me, it's that front part, the anterior part of the deltoid. Now I'm bending and straightening my knees. I'm doing a little bit of moving with the muscle, like the length of the muscle. So you just kind of be curious and explore different motions yourself. I really want to encourage you to be creative and just, these are all great basic instructions, but really explore. You know, you can also brace yourself if you do that like inward rotation that I'm doing right now to kind of control how much you lean into the balls. Relax all the other body parts that don't need to be working. All right. So, and then one last thing that I like to do is to put my hand on the back. So I'm placing my hand on the back here. And then also lean into that ball. Let's see. For that one, I don't feel that much. Okay. So let's do the other side. Obviously, we want to make sure we do the other side. Okay. Yeah, I have my little, so I have to be careful with that. It's called a freestyle Libra. It's a way to continuously measure your blood sugar, which I've been doing to make sure that my blood sugar doesn't go too high, because blood sugar problems can cause, are the major cause for eye diseases and blindness. So diabetes is the leading cause of blindness. So that's why we want to control that. So I'm bending and straightening my knees. And it's already a little bit more intense on the left side for me. And you can also rotate your arm a little bit so you can kind of see if there's a difference when you do that. But right now we're basically right on the side of the deltoid. So just going up and down. And again, you can step further away from the wall if you don't feel much. And then let's add that contract, relax, where we squeeze the back of the hand into the wall as if you're trying to push the wall away, and release. So squeeze, back of the hand pushes into the wall and release. So that 2 more times. Squeeze, contract that deltoid, release. 1 more time, squeeze, 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 and release. And let's do that like rotation. So we kind of rotating toward the ball. So you kind of go more from the posterior to the anterior part of the deltoid. So you're kind of moving. This is more like a cross-fibering action. You're kind of going against the grain and exploring the different areas. Yeah, that's so interesting. So this part definitely hurts more than the right. I haven't done this one in a while. And you can always add, if you find a spot that feels tender, you can always add a little bit of that, you know, moving, bending and straightening your knees so that you go a little bit up and down. Maybe put that hand on the back, what we did earlier. So just explore moving your arm in different ways and kind of leaning more into different parts of the deltoid. Yeah. This is interesting. And I sometimes like to just stay somewhere and just use this sustained compression. Breathe. All right. Yeah, I can definitely do more. I felt a lot on the left side. So the next move we will be doing is the triceps, and it's a similar move in the beginning. I'm going to start with the left arm, but you place the ball right behind, and we will start with bending and straightening the knees, which will make the balls go up and down. So it's a very similar technique that we did with the deltoid. So you let the arm dangle, so, and then I'm stepping away from the wall. So I have to, okay. And then also bending and straightening the knees so the balls will go up and down. Oh yeah. Sometimes you have to reset them. So you can do all this also with a big alpha ball, with a single ball, if you want, or you can do the toted plus balls. Wow. And usually there's more intensity toward the elbow. All right, the next move is the same thing. So the triceps does this extensions thing. So what you want to do is press that hand. So I'm squeezing that hand into the wall and release. And maybe find different parts of the triceps where you do that contract, relax. Relax. Squeeze. And relax. One more time. Squeeze. And relax. And then this is really one of my favorite things too. It's like, so you're moving, you're winding, you're doing this movement, going side to side. And this is really usually best more toward the elbow, right here. Yeah, move it right above the elbow. Oh, yeah. It's almost like I can actually lean against the wall and rest my back and just press my triceps. So I'm also activating the triceps by pressing my elbow to the wall. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for me, it's like when I do this, it's the most intense. All right, let me look at my notes, what else I wanted to do. No, that's pretty much it on triceps, and then other side. So we start by, again, you roll, you put the balls, and then you, so basically when you start one ball, when you start the top, one ball will be on the, kind of on the shoulder blade, on the outer edge at the very top. Did not explain that well on the other side. So when you're on the top, you have to figure out where you start in terms of different distance from the wall. So going up and down. You have to start a little lower. There you go. And then relax that other shoulder, right? It's like I catch myself too. I'm watching, see myself, I'm like, I'm catching myself holding tension in that other shoulder. So really make sure you don't do that. You release that other shoulder, catch yourself. And then again, do that anywhere you feel the most amount of intensity. You press the hand into the wall. So you contract and relax. Contract, squeeze that wall, relax. Squeeze that triceps and relax it. One more time. Squeeze and relax. And then do that. Now you have to move the, like I have to be careful with this. So move the balls right above the elbow. And I actually like to even lean my back against the wall and just squeeze my triceps as I do this kind of waving side to side. Interestingly enough, on this side, I feel almost nothing. And the other side was quite intense. Okay, so let's do the latissimus. So you can use a toted pair like this for this area, or you can use, if you have an alpha ball, I am going to use the alpha ball, but either way, if you use the toted balls, so the latissimus starts, let me show you again, it's this muscle. So it starts, it connects with the humerus, the arm bone. Let me see, it's hard for me to see. And then it goes all the way on your side, it goes all the way, webs down to the lower back. So the end point is, you see here, this is the pelvis. So the end point is right there. So it's a huge, huge muscle. And you can, if you have different balls, you can also vary which one you use. But I like to start, and you can, again, you can use the small balls too. I'm showing it with the small ones. You can place them vertically or horizontally. So we would start right here, right? This is where we start. I'm using this one, but again, you can use other ones. And then you just explore, doing a little bit up and down, side to side. So the alpha ball is less intense. You can probably also explore one small one. Maybe I'm going to try 1 plus 1, a single one instead of in a toad. Oh, these are not new ones. They eventually get a little, older balls get a little more slick. That's one thing I wanted to say. When you roll on the balls, it's always best directly on the skin. However, you don't want to put lotion or oil on your skin before you roll with the balls, because first of all, oh yeah, when I kind of come toward the shoulder blade area, I feel something. This is good. So the balls, first of all, the balls will lose their grippiness, and you won't have that grip if you have really greasy skin. So I always recommend putting lotion on after you roll the balls and then before. And I have a little bit of a wider stance now, so I have more like a, well, I don't know if you can see it, but I don't have my feet parallel. I have one, the right leg, I'm doing the right side a little bit toward the front. Okay, now. Wow, this is such a good spot. And then explore also moving your arm around. Yeah, like for instance this. Wow. Just, yeah, usually once you feel okay, when you just put the ball in a spot with that sustained compression, then you can add additional things. Oh, what I forgot to do with the deltoid, you can do that spinning. You can wind up the ball like a screw, like as if you're really winding up the tissue. So you can always do that. You can always add motion. All right, and then I'm moving my ball a little lower. So I'm kind of slowly moving down. Oops, my ball. Yeah, this feels really good, just going side to side right there. This one you can also do at the floor, on the floor. Feels really good on the floor as well. And obviously it's more intense because you have more body weight on the ball. All right, and then going a little lower. Yeah, for me, I'm going lower right now. I don't feel that much. I'm right here right now. So, yeah, actually, if I step a little further away, there you go. Ah. I find this one easier to do on the wall than on the floor. So you can go up and down, sideways. Yeah. The arm movement will probably be more, you will feel more when you do the upper part of the latissimus, when you move your arm around. Because now, I feel a little bit doing this. But just explore, really be curious. Like, this is what I love about the balls too. They kind of teach you how the muscle run, and when you put the ball, and it's intense, sometimes you feel the pain somewhere else and you're like, oh, this is like either the connective tissue or that's how the muscle runs. Yeah, I feel something right here. The ball is right here behind me. Whew. We don't have that much. Oh yeah, we have a little bit of time left. And then I'm moving a little lower, coming a little closer. So for the lower part, for this part, I would either have to use 2 balls in a toad or the alpha ball. So the small one felt really good up here, but then when you go to the waist part of the hip, I like the bigger ball. Or you would use 2 in a toad, the yoga tuna ball or the plus ones in a toad. Ooh. So yeah, the latissimus, let me get the card. I like these cards. They give you all the information, how to activate the muscle. Extend and medially rotate your shoulder. Okay. So extending means moving back and medially rotating the shoulder toward the inner. So this way. Interesting. And then a little lower. So now I'm here. I'm kind of, so you want to stop where the top of the pelvis is. That's kind of the, I always mix up the insertion and the origin point of the muscle. Like to me, it's top and where it connects, right at the beginning and the end. So I don't really, I have to study my anatomy cards. All right, oh, that feels really good. So this area feels really good for me here. And you can definitely do that with 2 yoga. Oops, oh, now my ball fell down on the table. You can also do that with 2 balls. Yeah, that feels good too. And you can, when you have 2 balls, you can do a little bit of that. All right, let's do the other side. So I'm starting right here. Actually, I wanted to use the smaller one for the top part. So I'm using a plus ball right now. I'm not using the very smallest one. Yeah, ooh. It's interesting, way more intense on the right side here. Yeah, right there. And just right here. I feel a lot going on. So make sure you breathe, you relax all the other body parts. Sometimes you have to reset everything. Yeah, it's like the sexy pose here. You can definitely do that winding up part. I'm crossing a little bit onto the shoulder blade. That feels really good. And then slowly moving a little lower down. Maybe move the arm around. Notice if anything changes. So I'm right here, right now a little lower. So slowly making our way down that side, like along the ribs. That's where the latissimus is located. Maybe moving up and down. Again, you control how much pressure you have on the balls by getting closer to the ball or stepping further away. And I'm switching to the alpha ball for the part of the waist. That just feels better to me in my body. Okay, I think I have to turn this up a little. Okay. So I'm here right now I'm right here. Up and down, sideways. I like the sideways one. Feels really the best in this area. So breathe. You can also contract, just inhale and then squeeze like against the ball. So you can explore different things that work for you. And then that lower part is right above the pelvis. Yeah, this feels so good. I could just stay here. This alpha ball, I love the alpha ball. It's like really one of my favorites. The plus ones I probably use the least. They're just a great way to make it less intense from the smallest ones. But the Cortus, the yoga tune-up, the small balls, and this alpha ball are like my favorite balls that I use pretty much every day. But it's great to get the starter kit because then you have one of each and you can really modify exactly to your needs. So the starter kits include, the starter kit includes the yoga tune-up ball, which are the smallest ones that come in 3 different colors. It includes the plus one, which is slightly bigger, and then also this alpha ball that I'm using right now. Oh, this feels so nice. All right, I think I'm going up to the top one more time. Yeah, this top part is really, the top, it's almost like the top and the bottom are the worst. So insertion and origin part. And I probably said that in the wrong order. You can look it up now, I'm curious. Where is the, let's see. So the origin, where does it say that? Okay, yeah, the origin is on the pelvis, and the insertion point is the one on the, near the humerus, the top here. Yeah, this is what I love about these cards. So they tell you where it is. Okay, so today that's the end of this class. I hope you found this helpful to get some more mobility, to get more, if you have tennis elbow, this stuff that we did is really awesome. So if you found a lot of tension, for me, I found something, but it was, in some spots were pretty intense. But overall, this is not an area where I hold the most tension. So, but yeah, exploring this, trying it out, and then modifying it to your needs. So I see you again tomorrow. If you are not a member yet of my Facebook group, See Clearly Without Glasses, please join the group. And also, if you would like to get tips to vision to improve your eyesight, go to myholisticvision.com and download my 10 habits for healthy and happy eyes. That's it. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.